Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and it is time for your Raw review, and what a worthless show it was. What a fucking worthless fucking show it was. You know, these 3 hours, they get more unbearable as the days go on, as the fucking weeks go on. Each show reaches a new low. And somebody asked me this in my Raw preview. Do I predict the low rating? You bet your fucking ass I do. I predict the very low rating. Need a little bit of energy to do this review. Because the show is fucking putting me to fucking sleep. It's, you know, the show's boring. It has nothing to offer. Let's start from the top. Shane and Stephanie come out. It's a new era. Yeah, new era my fucking ass. This is not a new era. As I said, I've been using this metaphor for a while now. Take a fucking shit, paint it gold, and call it a new fucking turd. It's not a, you know, it may be a golden turd. You know, they're saying it's a new era, so it's a new era. You know, we know that it doesn't seem like a new era, but they're saying that it is. You know, I could say that it's bright and sunny outside here in fucking New York, but it looks like fucking shit. Somebody comes along and says, hey, what a nice day out. That person's a fucking idiot. Don't listen to him. He's out of his mind. And that's McMahon trying to sell the idea that we're in a new era. It's not a nice day. Same thing with the fucking product. This is not a good Raw. This is not a new era. It's the same fucking shit we were getting before Mania with Sami Zayn being there. And the Divas division is called the Women's division. Woo! I mean, wow, what a world of difference. It's like fucking night and day, right? I mean, holy fucking shit. I mean, how different it is, you know. A new wrestler, you know, with no charisma or character. I mean, isn't this pretty much where we were when they introduced Neville? Oh, what an athlete, and, you know, nothing comes of it. You can introduce all these new talents, but if none of them are over, you know, it's not going to make a difference at the end of the day. Well, how is this a new era? What has changed? Not a damn fucking thing. So they're doing more of the same thing that they did at the, you know, the pay-per-view last night. And they did this, I think, on Raw last week, where they're putting their hands above each other's heads to judge the crowd reaction. You know, what is with them being repetitive? It's one thing if it's something awesome, and I could see that maybe they keep doing it a couple of times, like, you know, catchphrase and stuff like that. But, you know, could they at least maybe be good, you know, going out there and, you know, like putting, what? Like, why are we repeating the same thing over and over again? I mean, can we get some, you know, something new? I mean, every single week, Roman Reigns coming out there with the good guy, bad guy thing. I mean, he didn't say it this week. Thank the motherfucking Lord for that. But, I mean, you know, it's interchangeable. We don't get that, but we get, you know, repeated segments, basically. You know, they're just basically, you know, say, oh, I want to hear your ideas, Shane. Owens comes out, demands an IC title match. You know, he says that he knows he'll get it from Stephanie McMahon. He's going to have to earn it. So that brings out Cesaro. And Cesaro and Owens have a match. It's a pretty good match, without a doubt. It ends in a no contest. The Miz runs in, then Sami Zayn runs in. You know, everybody is brawling, and Sami Zayn is left standing. The feud's not over. You know, I don't know what we're gonna get out of Owens and you know, and Sami Zayn. There's probably gonna be some type of you know, match for the belt, obviously. Maybe we're gonna get like a 4-way ladder match or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking, you know, or I don't know, a 4-way something that probably has something to do with, you know, a gimmick of some sort. we just had a ladder match at Mania, so I don't know if we're really going to get that, but it's just an idea. Who the fuck knows? But, this feud with Owens and Sami Zayn, they're just going to keep on running out and attacking each other. Or, can we at least maybe get something else, to kind of make this a bit more captivating? Isn't there a storyline, something, driving these guys? Instead of having video packages, can they act it out, like, on the mic? I mean, we haven't seen these guys even cut a promo face to face. I mean, whatever happened to that? This is the type of shit I'm talking about. Why do you think that it used to be, the ratings used to be higher? You used to see like two guys and it looked like they hated each other in these feuds. Back and forth, Stone Cold and The Rock, when they had their feud, they were out there almost every week trading words. Now you don't get that. And when you do, it's like, what do you get? Roman Reigns and AJ, two guys who are not exactly captivating. Kevin Owens is pretty good on the mic. Sami Zayn, well, I mean, he's okay, but, you could at least have Owens kind of guide him through it. Good match, but they need to kind of do something to make it a little bit more interesting. Elevate the fucking IC title. Get some fucking interest in there. Yeah, the Miz with Maurice is nice, but there needs to be a little bit more here. A little bit more story behind this. Can we fucking, you can tell they try to have good matches for the belt to try to elevate it, but that's not enough. They gotta really make, like, it's a big factor, like there's a lot going on with the IC title, but we don't even get a reason really still to care. Backstage, I had R-Truth and Tyler Breeze. They were taking selfies. R-Truth had an iPhone at the end of an actual stick. Tyler Breeze had the actual selfie stick with his phone at the end of it, and R-Truth had an actual stick. That was a little bit funny. Goldust and Fandango show up, and then this fucking segment just became the most retarded thing ever. I mean, it became like a fucking freak show half the time. This leads to a match. You got Breeze defeating Goldust, and apparently I just learned something. Tyler Breeze had a 60 match losing streak. 60 matches at live events. It was tallied up. Breeze has been losing, and he finally ended that streak on Raw last night. And to this, I have to say, holy fucking shit! What a load of fucking shit! This match was like a fucking circus act, a fucking poorly written comedy skit. This was like something that a retard would write for some half-bit show on Comedy Central that doesn't even last the fucking season. You've got Goldust trying to copy Fandango. He's grinding. R-Truth is just staring at himself. And it's like, why am I even going to laugh at this? Who in their right mind thinks this is funny? Not even kids think that this is funny. I mean, who would be entertained by this? No one is laughing, and the crowd was fucking dead. I didn't hear any laughter. I didn't hear any fucking cheers. I didn't hear a goddamn fucking thing. The worst thing in the world is dead silence. At least Roman Reigns gets booed. At least people, he's evoking an emotion. This is what I've come to notice. There's no reaction going on here, so this should tell McMahon to fucking stop this dead. If we see this shit next week, that kind of proves that McMahon has lost it. I really mean it. They had been building this shit up backstage for fucking months. Since fucking January, they were going to do the Golden Truth, Goldust and R-Truth. We don't get it. Where the fuck is this feud or this team or whatever the hell it's supposed to be? Is it supposed to end? I kind of get the idea that R-Truth and Goldust are trying to make each other jealous by having different partners, and then maybe in the end they'll come together. And like, is anybody gonna give a shit? Why are they spending so much time on this? And the match was like 2 minutes. I checked it on PW Torch, and it felt so much longer. I thought this match was like 6-7 minutes, no fucking joke. I'm not even trying to be funny. It felt that fucking long, but it really wasn't. This was just, in every sense of the word, unbearable to watch. When 2 minutes of TV and the backstage stuff, another fucking 2 minutes, the 4 minutes that they spent on this was really fucking hard to watch, and another minute for the entrances. What the fuck ever. But this was hard to fucking watch. I could barely even fucking watch this. I mean, I was just like, are you fucking serious? Is this really what we're getting on Raw? You know, I remember when rude as fuck to do that during a video, but fuck you motherfuckers. Anyway, just finish that up. Where was I? Oh yes, you know, how is it that Raw used to be such an important fucking show? That every single minute actually meant something. A feud was being developed. This is not a feud. This is not a storyline. This is a waste of fucking time. It's filler. This is something that will really amount to nothing at the end of the day. No one is asking for a Goldust R-Truth team. Barely anybody remembers that they're on the roster half the time. R-Truth fought Cena for the fucking world title at one time. Really, just picture that in your head. 5 years ago, around this time, maybe in about a month, it will make about 5 years. Half a decade ago, R-Truth was wrestling John Cena for the fucking world title in the main event. I mean, just really, think about that for a minute. Just let that, meld over in your mind for a second. Yeah, I know. And they were feuding with Triple H and CM Punk, and yeah, in main event level matches. The Miz and R-Truth. And so you really have to ask yourself, what the fuck happened? Like, where was it that R-Truth was looked at as like a high level talent, and then all of a sudden he just became, his gimmick is basically that he's retarded? I mean, where does this happen? At what point? And our time is being wasted here with fucking bullshit. It's a 3-hour show, and I've said it time and time again. How the fuck do they justify this fucking 3 hours? The ratings are falling, so I don't want to hear the fucking shit about it's about, investors and stuff. USA Network. I mean, what the fuck is up with these motherfuckers? Why are they allowing Raw to have a third hour when they continuously lose ratings? You lose ratings, and you're gonna lose fucking sponsors because nobody's there to watch the fucking commercials. So, just really ask yourself, how the fuck are they getting away with this 3 hours? I don't see how they justify this anymore. If they were getting ratings, absolutely. Yeah, I could see they're not going to go off at 3 hours. But when the ratings continuously drop, and last week it was a 2.2, USA Network better start seriously looking at this fucking product. And WWE, I mean, sponsors or not, they're putting out a shit fucking product with just mindless filler. Things are dragged out, for fuck's sakes. I mean, here, let's just get to the next thing, and I'll show you exactly how things need to really be cut down. So you had a big tag team segment with New Day coming out with the Vaudevillains and the Dudleys, and then Big Cass comes out, and I want to actually tell you guys something. I was actually watching this episode. This is a rare occurrence. I was watching this show with my dad. He's 58 years old, and I've mentioned this in past videos before. I used to watch it, the Attitude Era and shit with him, and even like the Ruthless Aggression Era. Used to be a big fan. 58 years old, and you know what he says to me when New Day comes out? He's like, he hasn't watched consistently in a while. He says, who are these idiots? And I tell him, oh, they're New Day. He's like, why is everybody on this show so fucking gay? He had already seen Tyler Breeze, Goldust, Fandango, and R-Truth. Bumping and shaking, dancing and grinding, wearing frilly little outfits. And then we see New Day with the sparkles, the glitter, and the fucking unicorn horns on their head. Exactly, right? I mean, is my father not 100% fucking correct in saying so? I mean, it's effeminate. I've been saying this. Why are so many of these wrestlers, they're not tough anymore? I've said this for fucking years. Now, you've got guys like Kevin Owens and stuff, and they want to fight and everything like that, but really take a look at New Day. Is this really like a team that you really want to get behind? I mean, when you really think about it, oh, Brad, you're a stickler. Oh, I was behind them at one point when nobody else was. Let's remember that. Go back and check the old vids if you need fucking proof. They came out of a cereal box at WrestleMania, which was another thing that my dad asked. He wanted to know what was that in, who was holding it? I think Kofi Kingston was the cereal piece, or maybe it was Big E. Whoever the fuck was holding it. He said, what is that? Now, this is what I'm trying to ask you. My dad didn't see WrestleMania. He hasn't watched in a really long time. What do you tell a person? How do you explain this? Well, I took my best crack at it. I really did. And I said, well, Dad, they actually came out of a cereal box at WrestleMania, and that's one of the remaining pieces. And as soon as I said came out of a cereal box, he just like shut his eyes and shook his head. And he said, this is so fucking stupid. And, it's like, really, we're wrestling fans, but let's admit that this is absolutely fucking correct. I mean, how do you explain these to your friends that maybe they never even seen Mania? He's seen wrestling. He's seen how bad it could get. What do you tell a person who hasn't even seen wrestling, and then you see them coming out with the fucking cereal piece, and you got to explain to them, what they're holding? I mean, do you see what I'm kind of getting at here in a way? Anyway, I kind of liked how Simon Gotch used the injury for Enzo. Enzo was fine. He used it like kind of as a diss in a way. So Big Cass came out, and they set up an 8-man tag in this match. This is what I wanted to talk about. It went on for so fucking long. Holy fucking shit, what a long ass fucking match this was. Says it was 15 minutes. It felt like a fucking half an hour. Without a fucking doubt. This match was so goddamn boring. It was just so slow, and it went on too long. That's what I'm saying. The fucking 3 hours are stretching these matches out. I just saw a fucking pay-per-view. I'm not in the mood to see these big-ass long matches. Cesaro and Owens was good. That was 15 minutes well spent. But this is not 15 minutes well spent. This is 15 minutes where I can't even believe that I actually stayed awake for it. Big Cass got the win here. That's newsworthy. I'm happy about that. I like that even though Enzo was injured, they're going to use Big Cass. And I don't see why not. The guy is 7 foot tall, and, he's got a better build than think about it. He's taller than The Undertaker. And he's actually got a better build than The Undertaker's ever had at any point in his career. So why not push the guy? And plus, he might not be Enzo on the mic, but he's okay. And, he could get a pop from saying soft and all that. So why not? But this took way too fucking long. A big ass set. This is what I'm saying. The promo and the match, it had to be like 28, 29, 30 minutes or some shit like that. Close to fucking 30 minutes. You cannot be spending that much fucking time on this. I mean, you're spending a whole half an hour on one thing. I mean, like, am I the only one that sees that what's wrong with this picture? This is a wrestling show. It's supposed to be cut up and divided and stuff, and a half an hour to the fucking tag teams with you get a 15-minute promo and a 15-minute match. I know I'm asking for build-up here, but can you say excessive? And it's not like it's so entertaining that it needs to go on for this long. I mean, holy fucking shit. Where are the time limits here? Well, like, not like actually like kayfabe like time limits, but I'm talking about actual, like, they should start timing these segments, because sometimes I don't think they even realize how long they're fucking going. I mean, it's like a talk show, they time stuff out. They need to fucking time stuff. It's going on too long. And of course, certain people will defend this. Oh, they're spending time on tag division, Brad. You want them to, like I said, it doesn't matter if they're building it up or not. They're spending way too much time on this shit. And it's not that entertaining. If it's not good, then no. What I'm asking for is they spend time on developing these feuds and matches and characters. But, if they're going to do it right. I mean, I'm not asking for half-ass. I'm not sitting here week after week saying I want shit to go on forever without any fucking real purpose behind it. I like, nothing was really established here. Okay, so Big Cass got the win. But, this match was so fucking boring. You're taking everybody out of it, boring them half to death. They ain't even going to care about the fucking result. Then Emma defeated Becky Lynch, and, Becky has barely been on TV. Emma comes fucking out of nowhere. They show, like, a little bit of a feud on Twitter. It's kind of like, who the fuck cares? Emma focused on the injured eye. Okay, yeah, psychology and all that, but it's like, who gives a fuck? Really? There's no build to this. It's like a random match on Twitter. I think that's probably the laziest fucking thing that they could do. Twitter, show it on the show. Not Twitter, not people writing to each other like fucking pen pals. Have them actually have a feud on screen so we could get, attached to it. Immerse us in the story. Instead, I happen to be following them on Twitter, and the fucking 3 people that follow Emma on Twitter, they're gonna fucking know what's going on. Everybody else is gonna be out in the fucking dark. I mean, you gotta, like, approach this product. Like, not everybody is on Twitter, first of all. I stayed away from Twitter for a while. I'm on it now, but I stayed away from it for a while. And, a lot of other people, maybe they have Twitter and they don't follow these wrestlers. I mean, what are the chances that you follow fucking Emma? Ambrose Asylum, Stephanie is guest starring, and it's like, they're talking for a little bit, and Stephanie cancels his show and then restarts the highlight reel. Shane McMahon makes the decision to give Ambrose the highlight reel, and it becomes the Ambrose Asylum. Stephanie overrides it. We've been seeing Stephanie all night, and where the fuck is Shane? Shane's not there to defend Ambrose. Jericho then gets his ass kicked. Ambrose gets his ass kicked by Jericho. And it's like, Ambrose fucking wins last night. You know, some of us are happy because Ambrose finally got a win, a meaningful win over Jericho. I thought it was meaningful, but now he just gets his fucking ass kicked. He gets his show canceled, and he looks fucking pathetic. I mean, where's the momentum behind this guy? I mean, what the fuck are they doing to him? You know, they make this show and then they just fucking get rid of it. Jericho takes the potted plant Mitch and breaks it over Ambrose's head. Ah, Mitch! Mitch! You know, Mitch is gone. Rest in peace, Mitch, the motherfucking potted plant that I ranted against. I want to apologize to the plant, motherfuckers. I want to apologize to Mitch. You know, it's always like this post-mortem, you know. We all say things when the person is alive that are hurtful, but then we all want to take back all the mean things we said or pretend like we didn't say those mean things after the person's passing. You know, we all know this. We've all been guilty of this. But, you know, Mitch, you're still a motherfucker. You know, you're still a fucking plant, and I hate you. And if I was there in the fucking Raw ring, the motherfucking ring, I would pull every single fucking leaf off of that Mitch plant. Holy fuck, I hate the fucking plant. Ambrose talking about the fucking plant like it's his fucking mama. Fuck that fucking plant. I'm fucking happy that it was broken over his goddamn fucking head. You know, fucking great. Amazing. You know, we're getting excited over potted plants. You know, we've got feuds that are going nowhere. We've got Ambrose, who, you know, he's been on his own for 2 years now, and he hasn't done jack fucking shit. You know, they give this guy a singles run, and he has nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it. The guy's in a world title match. He's back to the IC title, world title match. Back to the IC title, then no titles, then, you know, losing 1,000 fucking times. I mean, you know, what do they want to do with Ambrose? Let's have a serious conversation about this. Where the fuck are they going with Ambrose? I mean, are they doing anything with the guy? Is there any direction for his character? Because I don't fucking see it, motherfuckers. I don't see anything happening with fucking Ambrose at all. There's nothing going on there. They're just fucking around with him. It's up and down. It's like a fucking elevator, for fucking sakes. That's how it is. They have a battle royal for the #1 contender for the United States Championship. Kalisto's at ringside. He's on commentary. You know, I think that this is probably one of the worst United States title runs I've seen since maybe Cesaro held the title. You know, hey, I like Cesaro, but remember when his first year in WWE, they gave him the US title, and he did nothing but face off against jobbers. You know, like, why the fuck did they even give him the belt in the first place? You know, as much as I don't like Alberto Del Rio, he beat Cena for the fucking belt. And what do? They have him lose to Kalisto twice. Yeah. Anyway, Ryback wasn't in this battle royal. Apparently, there's some contract disputes with Ryback. My personal opinion, I could care less. See you later, Ryback. You know, you're not doing me any fucking favors. For God fucking sakes. I mean, we on this channel, we've talked extensively about Ryback and his up and down fucking career. I mean, you know, this guy just, I mean, maybe if he didn't do the feed me more shit and, you know, they didn't make him into such a fucking goofball and ruin his character almost right from the start, maybe this guy would be pretty feared. I mean, the guy's fucking huge, right? I mean, he's a fucking monster. You know, how come we're not fearing him? Oh, ask fucking Vince there. You know, ask him what's going on there with Ryback. Ask him why this guy's been in the company for 4 fucking years. And then again, you know, another guy that's been on his own for a long time. They put him, they want to catapult him right away to the world title. Then they then they knock him down to being a tag team with Curtis Axel. I mean, where are they going with this guy? Is there any fucking plan for the future? I mean, the thing is, then, you know what? Then don't even offer him the new contract. I mean, if you're going to do nothing with him, you're not really making any money off of Ryback. It's not like anybody's going to buy his merch and stuff like that. And if they are, they're buying very little of it. There's no point even to having Ryback on your roster. You're not doing shit with him. So Rusev wins this battle royal anyway to get back on track here. And, they're making like Zack Ryder is going to win. And we all know that, Zack Ryder versus Kalisto, that wouldn't be a very stimulating match. It's two faces going head to head. And here's the thing. People love Zack Ryder. Some people said that I was exaggerating when I made that video about Zack Ryder having cancer at one point in his life. No, I wasn't exaggerating at all. You take a look at how many Twitter followers the guy has, at one point how many people were watching his YouTube show, and the reactions that the guy was getting. Sometimes the guy was getting more of a reaction than CM Punk. Madison Square Garden. Remember when they had The Rock teaming with Cena against Awesome Truth? The whole crowd exploded when Ryder came out. And they were also chanting, "We want Ryder." Everybody was chanting, "We want Ryder" in various segments. It's insane. And when the guy won at Mania, of course, people lie. They lie. They do. They're fucking liars. They said that, the reaction wasn't that great when he grabbed the belt. Who the fuck are you trying to kid? I mean, either I have some weird disorder where I hear cheers in my head, "Stop it!" Or I'm actually paying attention to what's being put in front of me. See, sadly, I pay attention to this wrestling. That's how I'm able to do these reviews week after week. Ryder is getting cheered. See, what you hear from Roman Reigns, that's called boos. Ryder's getting cheers. Maybe you forgot what cheers sound like. But Ryder gets a stronger reaction than most, main eventers have. It's just a fact. People wanted Ryder to do great things in WWE. Just a very likable guy. And I agree with that assessment. Anyway, they screwed the guy over. They made like he was going to win. And people in, the crowd came alive for this. They were